Bismillahirrohmanirrohim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. My name is Ahmad Afa and I'm from 11th grade. And now I want to tell you about the miracle. So, do you know about miracle? Yeah, I think everyone knows about miracle. But I want to tell you if you don't know about miracle, so I want to tell you about the miracle. So, what is miracle? What is the meaning of miracle? The word miracle is taken from the Arabic language, namely ajaza ijazyam. The word the word has the meaning of incompetence or has the meaning of weakening the enemy. When challenging the perpetrator of the weakener is called a miracle, while the party who is able to weaken the other so that it overthrows his opponent is called a miracle. The addition of "ta' marbuto" at the end of the word has a mubalago or superlative meaning. The definition of miracle is an event and situation that is violates the habit should be. The notion of miracle can also be said to be something that is beyond the ordinary of the human mind, which can no longer be challenged. Miracle are things does that don't just happen. There must be a reason why this event that is considered beyond human understanding occurs and comes to someone. The definition of miracle in the KBBI or the Big Indonesian Dictionary is a miraculous event or event, which is difficult to reach by the human mind. So now, I want to tell you one of the miracles of the Prophet Muhammad SAW was splitting the moon in two. This information is based on a hadith narrated by Anas bin Malik radhiyallahu anh. He said, "The people of Mecca asked the messenger of God, may God bless him and grant him peace, to show them a sign, and he saw them splitting the moon, and the people saw them to be divided." Meaning, indeed, the people of Mecca asked the messenger of Allah to show them a sign of proof. Then he saw the moon split into until Mount Hira was willing to look between the two halves. Hadis riwayat Bukhari and Muslim. The story happened before the Prophet Muhammad SAW moved from Mecca al-Mukarramah to Madinah al-Munawwarah, launching from Abdul Shukur's writings in the book Uswa Rasulullah Perspective of the Quran and Sunnah. The resident of Mecca once asked the Prophet, "O Muhammad, try to show us a greatness that can prove your prophethood and apostolate," they said in mocking tones. Prophet Muhammad SAW asked, "What do you want?" They replied, "Try splitting the moon." So Prophet Muhammad SAW stood up and remained silent, then prayed to God to help him. Then, with the permission of Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, Prophet Muhammad SAW received an order from him to point his index finger to the moon. Prophet Muhammad SAW also pointed his index finger at the moon. As a result, the moon was split after being appointed by Prophet Muhammad SAW. Witnessing this with their own eyes, the polytheists immediately said, "Muhammad, you really have bewitched us." They then agreed to wait for the people which would return from the trip, because they were not in the same place as the polytheists who witnessed the split moon incident. The residents of Mecca from the Quraysh rushed out of the city limits of Mecca to wait for other residents until the first group arrived who passed them from outside the city of Mecca. The polytheists asked, "Did you see anything strange with the moon on your way?" They replied, "Yes, last night we saw the moon split in two and move away from each other." and then the two of them reunited. Hearing this answer, some of the Quraysh choose to believe. However, there are also two who still choose to deny. Because of that, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala revealed His word Surah Al-Qamar verse 1 until 3. For the first one is the hour drew near and the moon was split. The third and the two is the second is and if they see a first they present it and say continuous magic. And the last or the third is and they denied and follow their whims and every matter was settled. Meaning doomsday is getting closer and the moon is split. If they the polytheists of Makkah see a sign miracle, they turn away and say this is continuous magic. They lie, Prophet Muhammad, and follow their desires, and even though every matter has its own decision. This phenomenon has also been proven by science as explained by Muslim geologist Professor Dr. Zaglul Al-Najjar. He said that a British Muslim had watched television show discussion with a space expert told the United States astronauts have conducted research on the moon. They say it turned out that the moon has experienced evasion in the past. We found for sure from the spheroid and cut rocks on the surface of the moon to the inside of the moon's belly. Said the space expert quoted from the Islamic religious education assistant Wyatt. They also asked the help of geologists to research and get information that it happened because the moon had split and then reunited. Wallahu alam. So now I want you to know about the understanding miracles in Islam. Islam is a religion that began with a miracle from its Lord, namely Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Understanding miracle in Islam is not much different from what has been described above. Miracles are extraordinary circumstances to the point that they cannot be reached by reason or reason. The notion of miracles comes from the element of doubting or weakening in Islam. A miracle is something that is given by Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala to a choose person. The choose people get miracles because they are special, like the prophets and apostles. These privileges are listed in the Quran precisely in Surah Ali Imran verse 49. The verse explains, Allah will make him as a messenger to children of Israel. Jesus said, indeed I have come to you with a sign miracle from your God. In fact, I have made for you something from the earth shaped like a bird. Then a blade until it became a bird with God's permission. I'm a person with a pieces of Buddha strip. I recite that with God's permission. I tell you what you eat and what you keep in your house. Verily, in that there is truly a sign of apostasy for you, if you are believers. Surah Ali Imran, verse 49. Miracles he received saying they were appointed a prophet and apostle. Until that, except for the miracle of Muhammad, which can last until the end of time for Muslim. Believing in the meaning of this miracle is an obligation because it is part of the faith of Muslim. Indeed, even a prophet and apostle will not be able to perform miracles. Everything can only be done with the permission of Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. Maybe that's all from me. If I have a mistake, I'm sorry. So I'm Ahmad Dapa. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.